forget to introduce myself, but I actually thought of a new video idea and I thought it would be fun to try out with you guys. So let me know if you end up liking this format of a video or if you would prefer that I do something else. I'm really open to criticism, but I'm actually driving right now and running errands, and I have you guys on my car mount for safety reasons. But I thought I would just answer some questions that I've received from you guys. I did like a little Q&A box on my Instagram story a while back, and I thought it would be fun to answer the questions with you guys while I run errands. Let me know if this is a video that you guys like or if I should stay away from. But anyway, first errand, I'm gonna be running to Trader Joe's. I want to pick up some fresh flowers for the week. I don't have any right now, and I just like to keep fresh flowers on the counter. So I'm doing that first, and then I have quite a few other errands that I just need to go and get done. So, welcome to a day full of errands with me. Alright, first question is, are you nervous to move in with your boyfriend? And this question is a little delayed on my part because whenever I submitted this question box, we weren't living together yet. So I wasn't nervous, only because we spent so much time together before that. Like, even though we weren't living together, we were probably together at least 4 days a week. And also at the beginning of quarantine, this time last year, we were quarantined together for, I think it was around a month and a half, and we handled it well. We just mesh well, and we have the same goals in terms of a daily routine and that kind of thing, so it didn't really make me nervous. The thing I would say that I was nervous about was vlogging, because a lot of my old vlogs when I lived by myself were recorded in the morning, and I would be in the kitchen and just like being loud always, because I would be vlogging and no one was home, so why not be loud? But it's been quite an adjustment just learning to vlog now, because as some of you know, Jeff works from home and he works in finance, so basically he does stuff on a computer all day and he has to be talking to other people while he's working, and that basically means that I can't be like making loud, like I can't be talking to myself in the kitchen, like the people on the phone are gonna hear, and that's embarrassing for me and that's inconvenient for him. So that's been the only adjustment, I would say, only because that's just something that's just not something I was previously used to. So we've definitely learned to adjust in certain ways. I don't know, sometimes like he'll just like not talk for a minute and let me vlog, that kind of thing. We kind of are figuring that out, just taking it day by day, but that's the only thing I was really nervous about. I just pulled into Trader Joe's, the first stop of the day. I picked up the most random things ever, but I got some organic reduced sugar strawberry preserves. I ran out of these and saw them, so I just picked them up. And then the real reason I went, obviously, was for the peonies. So I got these. They're so beautiful, and the color is just so vibrant. I'm so excited. All right, I'm still in the Trader Joe's parking lot, but I wanted to pull up my next question. Okay, I got quite a few questions. I guess they're all about my boyfriend, which I don't talk about him a lot in my videos because I never want this to become like a couples channel, to be honest with you. This is very much like my thing and my outlet, so I really try to just show like bits and pieces of our day, but not make it about him because he did not sign up to live his life on YouTube. But how we met, so we actually met through mutual friends. A friend of mine was dating a friend of his at the time, and we all went out for New Year's Eve, and that's when we met. Yes. People that know me in real life know that I'm not very much of like a dating app or like online dating type of person. That's just not really my thing. Like, I truly believe that if someone is supposed to be a part of your life, then it will happen regardless. But I do know so many people have met through dating apps, and honestly, like, if you're supposed to meet that way, I think you will. But I'm just saying, I didn't necessarily think that that was the way I was gonna meet my significant other. You never know though. But anyway, we met in a really like natural setting, and I wasn't expecting anything to come out of it, honestly. But here we are, a year and a half later since we met, which is crazy. I think it's a year and a half. I don't even know. Time flies. I'm driving to Costco now, and I need to get Celsius. They sell giant like variety packs of Celsius at Costco, and it is the cheapest I've been able to find them. The only thing that sucks about it is it's a variety pack, so they like pick the flavors you have, which I think it comes with the berry, kiwi, and what's the other one? Just adult things. It's literally so hot outside. I'm pretty sure it's 100 degrees today. Yeah. Also, catch me in Costco with all the moms. It's literally the best vibe ever. Anyway, I just placed an order for a matcha from this coffee shop close by. It's called Redefined. I've gotten coffee there before. It was pretty good, other than the fact that it was really overpriced. But I got a matcha today, and I've never tried their matcha before, so I figured I would try it out. Next question is, what are your post-college plans? So, I've talked about this a little bit on my channel, but not heavily because there's not a lot to say, to be honest with you. For any of you that have gone through post-grad, you know that there's a lot of unknowns, and my advice for that is just taking it day by day, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So right now my post-college plans are doing exactly what I was doing before I graduated. I was very fortunate the last 3 years where I've worked somewhere and like had like a stable income coming in throughout my whole college career. So I am just continuing to work like I was before. I work about 30 to 35, sometimes 40 hours a week at American Threads, which a lot of you know, but I'm doing a lot of like the back house things now, I guess you would say. Like, I'm on the sales floor managing 2 to 3 days a week, and then another 2 days I'm doing visual merchandising and pushing out new shipment and getting our inventory ready whenever we receive it from UPS. So that whole thing, which I really love, and I'm really passionate about visual merchandising. So I'm kind of just doing that for now because I'm not necessarily ready to let go of that chapter. Obviously doing YouTube, which is where my passion lies. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm definitely like financially comfortable enough where I can invest time in now so that later I can actually, you know, do the things that I really want to pursue. But in terms of like pursuing my future goals right now, I just need to continue to learn as much as I possibly can and, you know, grow my platform with you guys, and we'll just see where the future takes us. That's the situation currently. I love my new apartment and I love where I live. So I'm really happy with, you know, how life's going right now, and I'm just taking it day by day and not putting too much pressure on myself, because it's really easy to feel the pressure of everyone else and feeling like you have to make a decision now. but from my perspective, I don't think that's necessarily beneficial if I were to just jump in and find a job if it's not something I'm passionate about, because in the long run, I consider that a waste of my time. So I don't know, I think I have a different perspective than most, but that's okay, and I'm okay with that. I hope that answered that question. That was very long-winded. All right, just picked up the matcha. She's beautiful. I wish everyone had cups like the Starbucks ones, like the strawless lids, but it is what it is. I definitely need to add cinnamon to this when I get home, but it's good. But I make mine better at home, honestly. Yeah, it's pretty good, but I like mine better at home. But sometimes it's just like fun to like get one out, you know? Anyway, let me look up one more question. I'm gonna head back home now after running my errands. I have to bring my car in later because I think I have a nail in my tire. If you watched my last vlog, I included me filling up air in my tire, and my dad texted me and was like, how often have you been filling up your tire? Like, how quick is it losing air? And I just thought it was really funny because my dad knows, like, I don't ask him for that stuff anymore because I just have figured it out. But he just knew that I probably had a nail in my tire. I just thought it was funny. Anyway, next question. There's two. I'm gonna answer two of them because I feel like they're pretty easy questions. The first one is, are you gonna get any more pets? So, as of right now, we're just gonna stick with the 2 cats because we live in a technically 2-bedroom apartment, I guess you could say. With the study, it's technically a 2-bedroom, but we're not gonna get any more pets in the apartment that we live in now. I think in the future we'll probably get a dog, which would be really fun, but we're not doing any of that until we get a house, because I don't want to keep my dog in an apartment. Like, I know people do it, and I know people are like able to manage it, but already having 2 cats and then adding a dog to the mix and like not allowing them all to have like a good equal amount of space, I would rather just wait. So yes, we're probably not getting any other pets for another year or so. Next question is pros and cons of Denton. Okay, this is a great question. I'm gonna answer this while I drive, but oh, there's a car behind me. In terms of pros, I think there's a lot of pros. It's very local. The food options are superior. There's just so many like mom and pop type stuff. Ramen places, even like smoothie places, coffee shops. Like, there's a lot of food options. So I never really like struggled in terms of finding food in Denton, I would say. But that's only if I was close to campus, because my last apartment was about 15 minutes from campus. So I wasn't like in central Denton. I was actually technically closer to Corinth and Highland Village than Denton, but I still had a Denton address and I was still fairly close to everything. But a huge pro, I would say, is the food, which I have a lot of food close to me now. But anyway, I'm rambling. Cons, I would say, are I don't necessarily feel like I felt the safest I've ever felt, but I also didn't feel unsafe, if that makes sense. I just didn't necessarily feel like secure in terms of just like if I were to walk around the streets of Denton, which I never did, but on campus I felt really, really safe. And yeah, I never questioned my safety on campus, but I think it's just the outskirts of Denton and the campus that kind of made me have just like a weird feeling of like not being safe. I just really struggled in the sense that I knew a lot was going on, and I'm the kind of person where I can't just ignore stuff like that. It just makes me anxious. So there was never anything that happened that made me feel not safe. It's just like almost like a feeling of like knowing that you probably wouldn't want to walk around at like 9 p.m. But during the day, like running errands, like I was always fine. I felt perfectly fine. But there's a lot that goes on in Denton. There's crime and that kind of thing, and there's a lot of like drugs, and there's some human trafficking. And I mean, you come across that stuff a lot in college towns because people know the college kids and they're, you know, more susceptible to those things. But I also think that's something that you would experience in most college towns. If I was going to school in downtown Dallas, I would probably feel the same way. But I didn't allow that to like have a detrimental impact on my college experience, because I absolutely loved going to UNT, and I wouldn't change that for the world. Like there's nowhere else I would have rather gone, unless it was like, you know, New York City or right by the beach in California. So anyway, I hope that answers that question. It's kind of a hard one, because I think pros and cons are very situational and relative to a specific person. So I love Denton, and I love the restaurants. I love the food. I need to go back to Barley and Board soon, because Barley and Board is hands down my favorite restaurant in Denton, and it's so good, and they have great mimosas too. So also, if you want to get a tattoo, there are so many amazing artists in Denton. That's where I got my butterfly tattoo, and I literally could not have had a better artist for that. So anyway, there's a cop ahead of me. I'm gonna turn off the camera.